Hi everyone, I'm Kuru and today I'm here to give you some art advice. Just a disclaimer, I am not going to point out every single thing that I think could be improved, just some of the details that stick out to me. Also, feel free to not listen to my advice if you don't want to. That's fine too. I asked around some of my friends if they wanted to send me some of their art for me to critique, and I got sent some art. So the first one I have here is Hikaru Pyon, and she sent me a lot of really cute drawings. So I just picked two that I thought stood out to me, and I thought I could give some good advice. This first one is this girl in a kimono, hands spread out like she's about to fly. It's very cute. I really like the background. I like that it's hand-drawn. It's really hard to do traditional art. All the pieces that were sent to me by Hikaru were all done by hand, which I really admire. Very well done. The eye coloring is also very cute. I really like the shading of the eyes, and the colored line art is also very well done. I think this one is a brown pen. So makes the whole piece much softer. So yeah, first thing, let's see. The first thing that stood out to me was the proportions. So one way I would start fixing that is by talking a little bit about construction, maybe. I'm trying to keep this as beginner friendly as possible, so I might not mention everything, but hopefully it's easy to follow. So the head is very cute. One thing that I would do is make it a bit more close together. So the eyes, usually how it works is that you take the size of one eye, but you want the same space in between each eye. So here there's a bit too much of a space. So they need to be a little bit closer together. Better already. This where head already looks a bit more narrow than before. Another thing, the rest of her body. Her neck here is a bit too short. So maybe I'll just show you how I'm thinking first. Here's her head. We have that, and that's fine. From her head, we want to pull down her neck, right? So you make your neckline. And then usually what I would do is I would pull a line for the shoulders, for the torso, I guess, and pull that down to make the shape of her torso. And also put some shoulder, and that's gonna give you like a little base for where you want your stuff to go. And usually here we have, now I'm not sure about what the name is, but we have like a little line connecting the neck and the shoulders. So we want to do that here. We want to connect the neck and the shoulders. And then on top of that, you can put your shoulder like this. Right, and then you can go on to make the arms. And then she would have her heads right here. So then we would follow the guideline, make her arms. Always use reference if you can to, I don't know, look for pictures of people with the arms stretched out and see what they look like. And so we can see that the neck here in the original is a bit short. And another thing that was bothering me was her chest area, because here you can see that her chest is very high up. So one thing that I do usually for the chest is I would make a little heart shape going from like the middle of the neck. It's a reverse heart shape. Right, so you can get like a little bit of an idea where the chest will sit, and it would look something like this. And you can fix it, but yes, I'm not gonna stay here and fix all of this. But yeah, see, their chest then is going to sit like this, and then you would have her, I think these are clavicles. They're following the shape of her shoulder. So that what you want to do is have the clothes follow the shape of her body. So another thing that I've noticed is that this kimono is stuffed on the wrong side, at least from the viewer's point of view. If we assume that this is her right and this is her left, we're seeing the image mirrored because we're standing in front of her. Typically, kimonos are worn left side wrapped over the right, unless the wearer is deceased. So you don't want your character to look like they are a corpse. So you want the left side wrapped over the right, which means her left side needs to be wrapped over her right side. So it's opposite for us. Okay, so then this means that the left side is on top of the right side, like so. And also, one thing, this is my pet peeve, but it's kind of up to personal preference as well. My pet peeve is seeing this, the clothes wrapping around the chest area like this. If they're loose clothing, this is not going to happen, especially with kimonos and things like that, because they're very bulky. They're not going to hug your body in that way. So what we want to do is just follow the lines of her body. You can still hint to her body shape, just follow straight down. It's going over and then just straight down. And she would be wearing like a will be right here, little sash. And another thing that I wanted to point out is the direction of the sleeves here. Normally the sleeves would follow gravity, so that means that they would be going down. They would be hanging off her arm and then down. Even if there's wind, they're gonna be pushed back, but they're still gonna be hanging from her arms. So you want to follow the arm up here and then push down. Some wrinkles and stuff, that's nice. Same thing over here. The sleeves would be hanging off the arm and then pull down. Another thing that I wanted to point out was her hair. I've noticed that it's a very breezy illustration. I would want her hair to show that there is wind. Her hair is being blown in the wind. So I think she should have more of a wavy, or like her hair should be more waving in the wind. So I'd like her to have more strands, just going like out a little bit. Just do some like fun strands, make them loose. And same thing here in her face. I think her bangs are framing her face, since the wind is seems to be blowing in front of her. Her bangs should also move away from her face. And then again, just make the hair a bit more flowy and free. Another thing, let's see, I think this arm is slightly longer than this one. Just make sure that the proportions are pretty much the same for both sides of the body. It's really hard to tell, and also the picture was a bit skewed when I got it, so it could be that it's just the angle of the picture that is playing tricks on me on the perspective of the drawing. But then I would just make this arm a little bit longer. Here is the difference, at least for the face and the hair. Let's move on to the second one. This is the second picture that I chose, and this is Ram from ReZero, right? Yes. And I noticed that it's based off an existing fan art, which is this one. Artist is called Aqua, I think. Very, very cute, and I think it's very good to practice from other people's art. Extra points for not just tracing, but actually trying to copy the work, but in your own way, on a different piece of paper. I think that's very important. Tracing can be good if you're starting off, just to get a sense of the proportions and all of that. Let's just take this piece for what it is now, aside from the reference. I think the same thing happens here with the eyes, where they're a bit too far apart from each other. Let's see if I can show it more clearly. This is the size of the eye, right? Move this here. See, this is, the space is longer in between. So again, the eyes are a bit too far apart. Another thing that I really like is the color line art. This dark blue around the eye, around the hair and the eyes, very well done, and the dark color for the skin tone as well. Gives a very nice soft feeling. The highlights are also very cute. Another thing that's very hard to do is the clothes ruffles. I think the clothes look a bit stiff here. It would be nice to maybe have them angle inwards instead. Just give them like a little three-dimensional effect. Maybe make it go like this, maybe instead. You don't have to be very precise with it. You just want it to look soft. And the hands, I know that the hands can be very hard to do. You did a very good job, I think, here. Another thing that was bothering me was the size here of the torso was a bit small, and I think it's the same for this drawing too. Very small, very big head, very small body. So unless you're drawing like a chibi, something that has very exaggerated proportions, the head be a little bit smaller here and the body would be a bit bigger. Let's see if we can change that here. Take a look. This is the original. And I've just made the bodies just slightly bigger. I think that already looks better. One thing that's a bit hard for me as well to follow is that usually the hair is has a origin point. So if we take this for example, our hair is like coming from around here and it's flowing down here. This is well done. This part is good, very well done. But the same goes for her fringe, her bangs. The hair should flow from down here into the bangs. Just to give it like a sense of uniformity. Let's see if we can bring together our eyes. And for good measure, let's do the rest of the head as well. Yeah, and that's the difference. As you can see, I made the body slightly bigger and the head just slightly more narrow and slightly smaller. Thank you so much for your submission, Hikaru, and I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comments below. I will be taking more submissions for fixing art on my Twitter. So if you want to send me your drawings for the series, feel free to do so. I probably won't have time to get to all of them, but I will do my best to get to most of them at least. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and look forward to more video of this series. Bye!